You want to have some fun? Tell you what, go into secondary media and go into multicam and drag Andy 1 onto our timeline, a blank lab timeline. Let me go to the front right here for a second, play a little of it for you. All roads lead to, where? Rome? All roads lead to a final destination, obviously. How would you like my final destination? I would to be Manhattan. I want to put me in Manhattan, not using a green screen, but using a white screen. Now, it's all about how I dressed and how I set this up. White screens are as literally easy as sticking a white bed sheet about 5 or 6 feet behind you and flooding it with light to blow out the camera, and you getting about 5 feet in front with a good light on you in talking. You want a black screen? Turn off the lights and put up a black bed sheet. We still use green screens, but the sophistication of how the technology works can pull out things based on luminosity, and white is as good as you get with luminosity. So let me show you something. Let's go into main media and come down, and there's Manhattan. I'll take Manhattan, drag Manhattan down underneath me, and stick it right at the beginning, right there. Now, you can't see Manhattan yet, but you're about to. I want you to go into your effects and go into keying. There's a lot of different ways we can key. We want a Luma keyer. Now, watch what happens when I drag it over there. You can start seeing Manhattan through me. I am a ghost. Now, let's do this. We can close this now. We don't need it. Let's open up our inspector and select me. Now, there's the Luma keyer and all the options. First thing I want to do here is show you the views. There's the composite, here's the matte, and here's the original. Let's go back to the matte for now. I need to key out the lighter values, the white. Now, when I'm doing something like this, I'm very conscious about what I'm wearing, too. I'm not going to wear a white t-shirt. You're going to avoid the lighter colors to make this work. So I want to get rid of the whiter areas. Watch what happens, and this is a mask, remember. Watch what happens when I click here on the dark area and bring it over. Now keep watching me until I go away, just like that. Now, if we go back to view, oh, isn't that nice? You can see Manhattan through me. Click invert. We're on the road. We're getting started. Now, we have a Luma roll-off option here, which helps on that edge and rolling off the luminosity. The higher you go, the harder the edge is going to be. The lower you go, more anti-aliasing takes over and it's softer. So I'm going to leave that where it is. Now let's come down here a little bit further, and we have tools. Let's start with the matte tools. Now the matte tools are used for refining the transparency matte generated by the previous set of options we used. You have a fill hole option. What's that? Well, if we go back here, I wasn't wearing any white, so there's no holes blowing through me. But if there were, this thing will take care of them for you. If we go down to levels, let's go back to me again, we can change the levels in terms of where midpoints and tones are, and you can see how it's very subtle, but it does impact the edge if I start moving that around. If we come here, this is the one I use a lot in matte tools, and that's shrink or expand. So if I go here, because you can still see that edge right there, can't you? And if I go in here and I shrink or expand it, I can very subtly get rid of that. I can also soften the edge maybe just a little, and erode creates almost like a glow around. I don't want that. If we go into the next set of options, which are called light wrapping options, you have an amount for what's called a light wrap, and you can see it wrapping around me, and I'm going to use a little bit of that at 100% intensity, at 100% opacity to soften the edge a little bit. Now, we also have an option on how the edge interacts with Manhattan in blending modes, and I usually like screen. In this case, I don't like it, though. I'm going to go into lighten, and I like that one better. The reason I do that is screen is one I use a lot, but the colors in the background and the colors in you, the suit you're wearing or the dress, whatever it is, are going to be impacted by that edge, and you might choose a different blending mode to make that happen. Now, you have one more on Preserve RGB. Now, that's to leave smoothly aliased text or graphics in the image visually intact. We don't need that one. That's pretty good. Let's see what we've got. Let's come to the front end and just play a little bit of it. All roads lead to, where? Rome? All roads lead to a final destination, obviously. Our final destination when we're working in Illustrator, well, that kind of depends on. That's not too bad. Now, once we've got that done, we can probably come here and get rid of this one and, I don't know, maybe put me in front of some wind turbines. All roads lead to, where? Rome? All roads. Not too bad. Using Luma keying against a white screen as opposed to green screen. It's available because the technology has so improved.